Alright, hi everyone. I am working on my tropical rainforest coloring book, and I decided to share one of my background drawings here. So I have a couple of pictures up. I have like an anteater, there's a couple bird of paradise, the actual bird of paradise plant, a cassowary, and a caiman face. So I'm going to go ahead and pick one of these and show you how I kind of create the background here. So this is the cassowary. So I'm going to go ahead, I have everything on one layer, this is my drawing. So I'm going to come up here and I'm going to go ahead and automatically. Now since I have all my lines nice and tight, there's no gaps, so the inside of the bird is not getting selected. So I want to select that, and then I want to click invert. And then I'm going to add another layer, and I'm going to drop in white. And then I'm going to take this layer I just made and put it underneath there. So now my background's clear to put whatever pattern I want, and it won't show up inside of this cassowary drawing I already did. So next we're going to create a new layer here in Procreate. And I'm going to draw that, and it's going to be on the back. So we can deselect that. And then we're going to go in and go to Canvas, Drawing Guide, Edit Drawing Guide, Symmetry. And then in Symmetry, I'm going to go into Options, and let's do a quadrant. So basically what that means is each one of these squares is like a canvas, and then it's mirrored across these squares. So instead of drawing it 4 separate times, I only have to draw it in this square once. And then they also have what's called rotational symmetry. And basically what that does is it mirrors it kind of opposite to itself. I'll show you. I'm going to hit done. And then I go back to my layer and make sure it says assisted. So that means that it's doing the mirroring like it's supposed to. And so we're going to pick my monoline pen so that everything on my canvas looks consistent. And then I'm going to pick black, which I have all the way down here. There we go. Okay. And then as you see, as I draw here, you can see my cursor kind of show up in these other quadrants. You see how I move it, and it's kind of rotating opposite to each other. So then I just kind of pick a design, whatever I'm kind of feeling. Oh, this line's kind of thick, so we're going to bring the line down a little so it's not as thick. There we go. Keep it consistent. And it doesn't have to be really anything crazy or fancy. There's a lot of detailing in this cassowary right now, so I kind of have to think how I'm going to make the background stand out apart from it, but not overtake the main subject, which is the cassowary. So since I have so many of these little lines, maybe I'll try and do more thick blocks. And if you tap and hold, you can kind of create these straight lines, these nice straight edges. And let's try to get that to line up perfect. Come on now. There you go. Okay, so let's try to do, let's put a nice angle on it. You can see I just kind of move around the canvas a little bit. And I don't always plan these out. Sometimes I have like a really specific idea of what I want in the background. Other times I just kind of go with it. Whatever I'm feeling, whatever feels right. Oh, I like that line. I usually draw with my iPad here at an angle, so this is a little more challenging for me drawing on a flat surface to try and make it look nice and even. Okay. I kind of like these sharp kind of triangles just because when I think of like cassowaries, I kind of think of like velociraptors, because I feel like they would sort of act similarly as far as like how they walk and move and stuff. Anytime I watch my chickens, I think the same thing. I just kind of imagine them as like these little mini T-Rexes as they chase after these bugs in my yard, and it just cracks me up every time. And I love it. So I do feature a lot of birds in my coloring books just because they're some of my favorite animals. I've always enjoyed bird watching growing up. Even as like a young kid, I would sit underneath my parents' bird feeders and just watch the birds kind of come and go all day. And they used to get used to me, and they just hop right next to me and be like, "Oh, it's you again." So I guess I wasn't the typical child, but who's normal anyways? So you can kind of see I'm creating this kind of sharp, fractally kind of background. I want to have a lot of different areas that you can color in and kind of make these pages your own. So in all of my coloring books, I have a lot of variation. I'll have some pages that are super highly detailed. So, you know, maybe more experienced colors can get in there and spend, you know, hours just kind of relaxing and filling out these pages. And then I also have some kind of more basic pages so that if you're feeling overwhelmed and you want to just do something and finish it quickly and just be done with it, then there's those pages as well. So there's kind of a lot of diversity that I like to keep in my coloring books, and they're all unique, and you know, anybody can find something that they like in them, like on theme or not. And you know, if you're interested in checking them out, then you can find them on Amazon under MKX Studios, which is my author's page. I have several out right now. I'm always kind of adding to them, as well as other formats and arts. I'm opening a shop here on TikTok with some of my artworks for people to kind of check out and buy, do like stickers and things like that. Some real simple things. So right now I'm kind of just zooming out. I'm looking at how it's balanced, where some areas kind of need some more detail in them. I'm thinking like over here, probably, maybe up in this corner. Those might be some good places to kind of add some of these shapes. I'm just going to keep kind of adding them in, and you'll see me kind of rotate around a lot and zoom back out and see how everything balances out and how it's looking. And it's really just to make it visually appealing. That's really my only goal when I'm creating these pieces. And I can really go back in and make this as detailed as I want now that I have like these basic kind of triangular shapes all across the page. I can go back in and like cut these triangles in half, or I can add patterns inside of them. It really just depends on kind of what I'm feeling in the moment and what I think looks good. And I mean, that's kind of what's great about art, right? You can just keep going as far as you want with it, or, you know, I could stop right now and it would still look nice and be a good coloring page to add to my collection of these tropical animals from the Amazon. So let's see. And I don't know if y'all have favorite animals that you like from the Amazon, but I did quite a bit of research for this book, and there's a couple in here that I think are really unique. You can't find them anywhere else on the planet, and maybe you haven't heard of them or not, so that's always fun too. You can kind of discover new things along with me, you know, with these drawings and everything. So let's see. Maybe one over here. Oh, let's straighten out that line. And this commentary I'm running, I kind of do in my head or sometimes out loud, especially when it's quiet in the house, the kids are at school, and, you know, I'm on my lunch break. Just kind of enjoy it. But, yeah, thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed my video. Comment back and tell me what your favorite Amazonian animal is.